First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashim means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Qudash means holy. That's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 7, and it says, "So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me." Okay, and that's exactly what I want to do today by bringing out this news article, right? Trump-loving truckers refusing to drive to NYC after his $355 million fraud ruling, right? I'm pretty much going into the implications of this, okay? Because a lot of people don't know that trucking, right, is pretty much what holds America together, right? Trucking is the glue of this entire puzzle, okay? If the truckers revolt in one day, right, in 1 week, there would be famines, right? There would be chaos. There would be anarchy, okay? Because through trucks is how we get our food. Through trucks is how we get our gas, okay? Because I'll give an example, right? If your Amazon package, right? If you're getting something from out of the country, let's say, it comes in through the airplane, it gets unloaded, right? It gets sent to a facility by a vehicle, okay? It goes to one of those major facilities, okay? It gets sorted into these little trucks, which then those little trucks go out and go through the neighborhoods and ultimately deliver it to your house, right? That entire procedure is all ran by trucks, okay? Vehicles, right? You're driving down the interstate, you see a ton of FedEx vehicles, you see a ton of Amazon vehicles, right? You see normal vehicles, normal semis, okay? And they're all moving product, okay? And if all these truckers were to just stop in one day, that means that hospitals would run out of supplies, gas stations would run out of gas, right? Hey, supermarkets would run out of food because nothing would be going in and, hey, everything would be going out, okay? There's not going to be a continual cycle of replenishing. So just a little bit going into how the trucking business, right, the trucking industry, how this it pretty much holds America together. And here it is, you have these Trump-loving truckers refusing to drive to NYC after his $355 million fraud ruling. And I just wanted to touch on this because, who knows if this could go global, right? Who knows if this could just be the start of a big thing, right? But the whole point is we gotta, Salakia, we gotta update on everything, right? Constantly be on top of the ball. But let's play this video real quick, see what they gotta say. Let's refresh it.
Selling your home? Realtor.com's Real Choice Selling lets you choose from multiple agent proposals. Because when agents compete, you win.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust.
Actually, I'll just read it since I can't even. I'll play it.
Download the Realtor.com app today.
I've been on the radio talking to drivers for about
recording
the last hour 15 minutes. And I'm talking to at least 10 drivers going the other way. I'm heading down from Southern Wisconsin. And they're going to start refusing loads in New York City.
Yeah, I can't hear it, but let's see what it says down here. It says, I've been on the radio talking to drivers for about the past hour, and I've talked to about 10 drivers, and they're going to start refusing loads to New York City starting on Monday, Ray said in the video from inside his truck. He said he's already spoken to some drivers that work with him who told their boss they won't go to the Big Apple. I don't know how far across the country this is or how many truckers are going to start denying loads going to New York City, but I'll tell you what, you F around and find out. The truckers said their bosses ain't gonna care if we deny the loads. We'll just go somewhere else. Do you know how effing hard it is to get into New York City with one of these mother effers? He said, referring to his truck. Man, F that. Ray claimed that 95% of truckers support the former president in the X post, which has been viewed more than 4.6 million times and received more than 50,000 likes since Friday night. Some voiced their support for the boycott online. Dude, let us know how we can help. You're not alone in this fight. One user wrote in response, we stand with the truckers. Right, and ultimately what we're seeing right now is a kingdom fallen. Right? It makes me think of the scripture. How can a kingdom stand, right, divided? A kingdom that is divided cannot stand, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, and here it is. You're having Edomites, okay, going against their own people, right? Hey, and ultimately, it goes back to the prophecies. I'll just put it strictly like that. It goes back to the prophecies because this was all written that it was going to happen this way. Even going to the very fact of jobs becoming useless, okay, meaningless. Let's read it. In Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14, it says, Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And they have caused Egypt, and the Egypt is talking about here is America. It says, they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Right, so it's going to reach a point in time where, hey, nobody's going to be working. Right, it doesn't matter if you're a top CEO. Doesn't matter if you're taking out trash. Doesn't matter if you're waiting tables. Right, nobody's going to have work. Everybody's going to be jobless because everything is going to come to a standstill. Right, it's just going to crash out of nowhere. Okay, and that's exactly what can happen with this trucking situation. If all truckers in the United States were to pretty much stop working, the entire economy, the entire government, everything would just fall instantly because that's the glue that holds everything together. Okay? But let's keep reading. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Right? And that's going into how, hey, the condition the earth is going to be in. Right? Especially here in America. Okay? And we already see it. Okay? The product of what Babylon the Great America has pushed onto the entire earth is just wickedness and ultimately making the man to be the woman and making the woman to be the man. Right? That was prophesied also. Right? It goes into how the Lord is going to create a new thing. Right? A woman shall come past a man. And that's taken, that prophecy is playing out here in America. Because you can look through all the generations. That's never happened. Okay? A woman was never above the man. But here today, that's where it's being fulfilled. Okay? And going back to the article. Oh, that was the end of it. Let's see what else it says. All right, these people are doing this over Trump being pretty much fined. Right? They're trying to go on strike because Trump is being fined. And it goes to show you how completely delusional majority of people are. How completely enthralled. Right? How completely... what even word can I use for that? Right? The American people are just blind. Right? Ultimately blinded by the glitz and the glamour. Right? On the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Okay? Democrat, Republican. Okay? Constantly sports. Right? Bread and circuses. Keeping the people distracted. Okay? To the point where they're actually going to do something because of Trump being fined. Shows you the low level that these people are in. And let's actually read Revelation 13, dealing with how the left and the right hand side are both controlled. I didn't have anything planned out, just going through the Spirit. This is Revelation chapter 13, and I'll start at verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. Right, and this beast is talking about this current system, right? This current Edomite empire dealing with America, NATO, and EU. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? And the 2 horns like a lamb is going into the Democrats and the Republicans, right? The left-hand side and the right-hand side, but they're both part of the same animal. They're both part of the same bird, okay? And that's what these people don't understand, right? They get completely enticed, okay, and ultimately manipulated and to think certain ways. Okay, because here it is. CNN will come out talking about how Trump this, Trump that, and they'll rile up one half of the entire country. Right? And then here it is. Fox News will come out and say another thing, and it'll rile up the other piece of the country. Right? And completely keeping the people divided. Because if everybody were to get on one side, okay, they would all realize, hold up, the problem is not between us. The problem is between the people running this damn place. Right? And literally in one night, America could change. Because the people have the power to do that shit. Right? We as the people, right, we have the power to revolutionize. Okay? It's not going to happen that way because the prophecies don't indicate that. But if you look at it from a legislative standpoint, the people have the power to completely change everything. And the elites know that. So what do? They divide and conquer. Okay, simple strategy. And let's read 2 Ezra chapter 16, that divide and conquer mentality and how people are going to be. Let's read 15 first. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 15, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." Right, going into sedition, right, going into civil war, civil unrest. Okay, which that is exactly what we're seeing right here. Right, people getting riled up over the damn president or ex-president. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right? You're going to have people not worrying about, it's going to reach a point where they're going to realize, hey, fuck Trump, right? Fuck Biden. I need to worry about surviving. Okay? Fuck my neighbor Tony. Okay? He has food and I don't. I'm going to break into his house and take it. It's going to reach to that point. Okay, and they're not going to give a fuck if they've known you for your entire childhood. They're not going to care about none of that. They're going to be worrying about their own selves. Their course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? There's going to be a strict military lockdown. Okay? Martial law. It says, "For because of their pride, the cities shall be destroyed. The houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Right? And that's exactly what I was going into. Right? And exactly what this could be the beginning of. Right? We know that ultimately it's going to reach a point in time where it's going to happen. Right? We just have to constantly watch. All right? Stay on top of the news articles. Stay on top of the ball. Stay on top of the game. And see what could be the beginning of it. Because we know it's right there. We see the signs of the end. We see how everything is leading up to the chip, right? The digital system. It's just a matter of when. Okay? So I just wanted to touch on that topic, speak on it, and just keep your eyes glued on this. A lot of the times, it's nothing, right? And it's just another, some propaganda, right? Just the media, fear-mongering. But you never know, right? Just make sure you got your house in order, spiritual house in order, right? And you keep your faith at an all-time high because now is not the time to faint, right? Our salvation is nearer than when we believe. So hopefully this is edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, Shalom.